As you can see, my 1/3 scale DC corner is a little cluttered. Not only that, but I have some more pieces coming in. So I should probably offload some, but I really don't know which ones I want to get rid of. I guess we could probably do a countdown. I wonder if I could do a video where you don't see my mug. Some of you might like that. Hey, my name is Mr. X. Welcome to the Extreme Channel. We are giving away $1,000 statues to you guys. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Everyone, thanks for tuning into the Extreme Channel. Going to be a little bit different video today, although it will be a statue countdown as we've done so many here. We're going to count down these 25 1/3 scale DC pieces. Now, most of them are from Prime One Studio. There's one custom and a few Iron Studios. But before we count these down of which is the best, let's take a look at some that are coming in. So any day, this penguin statue will arrive from Prime One Studio. I've had the tracking for about a month. It's 1/3 scale. All these are. But excited about this piece. I've also ordered some more from the Dark Knight Metal line. So here we have Devastator. I have this on order as well. Probably not coming out till 2024 or so. But on top of this one, I also got the companion piece, the transformation portrait of Batman. So a few of the empty spots you saw, that's where they're going to go. And of course, I have to decide which ones I'm going to sell to make room for all these, including the recently revealed Harley Who Laughs. Well, I don't think this has comic basis. It might. It's going to look great next to Batman Who Laughs. Then the last one hasn't gone up for PO yet, but I'm definitely going to get the Murder Machine that Prime One Studio teased at their last showcase. So that will add to the collection, and then hopefully I'm done. Now, before we get to the countdown, I want to highlight Prime One Studio Harley Quinn. This one is actually one that's been for sale for a month or so. So she's not in the countdown because she's boxed up. If you're interested, check out some of my for sale videos at the end of the month. But let's get started with number 25. Number 25 is another Harley Quinn. This is from Iron Studios. I still really like this. I don't like it as much as the Prime One. It just scales better. And I still think this is a great statue. All these are, but it is actually my least favorite of the 25. Number 24, another female. This is from the Dark Knight Metal line. This is the Drown, the female version of Batman mixed with Aquaman. This is my least favorite of the Dark Knight Metal line. But I'm also not a huge fan of the Grim Knight. I really liked him when I unboxed him, but over time, he just doesn't shine like the other ones. That's why he comes in at number 23. Another Dark Knight Metal line is their Superman. I'm actually going to put this up for sale in the next month or so. But this one looks great. It just doesn't feel or have the vibes the other 1/3 scale statues do. I remember when I got this Zod right here, I thought he was absolutely amazing. He was going to be one of my favorites, but in the end, he falls at number 21. Number 20, another piece from the Dark Knight Metal line, is the Dawnbreaker right here. And with that, I think he would be higher up if they did a better job on the translucent resin, the construct on the bottom, because otherwise I love everything about him and I love the character. 19 is our first Joker. This is the Iron Studios. This is a really, really underrated statue, especially for the price you can get it for. I like this piece a lot. With that being said, just because it's 19 doesn't mean I don't like it. There are two other Jokers on the countdown that are better. 18 is this custom Batman, the only custom in the 1/3 collection. I at one time thought this may be the best Batman statue. I don't think it is, but I still think it's fantastic. You're going to see another Batman, actually a lot of Batmans, because there's so many iterations of Batman coming up. And the next one will be the Merciless, which is where Batman merged with the God of War. If I liked the character, this would probably be higher up, but if you look at the paint and sculpt on the armor itself, this is an absolutely phenomenal piece. That's why it comes in at number 17. Number 16, we'll switch to Wonder Woman. The snakes on this, or the Hydra, really are what makes this statue. The Wonder Woman is good, but the snakes are absolutely amazing. This would be much higher up on the countdown if Wonder Woman had been done better. There's some things that are off on her you can see in the review. Number 15, I think, is the best 1/3 scale Batman ever made, which says a lot because there are so many different Batmans. But true versions of Batman, I give it to Batman Hush. Now with this, just so you know, it's very hard to display, and there's some wonky things with design, but it's still a fantastic statue at 15. 14 is a newer one, Punchline. Now you may think I rated this high because it's newer, but wait till number 13. But this is absolutely phenomenally done, especially with the fact that it pairs with the Joker you'll see later on in the countdown. Now, An older piece, 13 right here, this Killer Croc is pretty damn good, especially considering it's 5+ years old, I believe. I really, really like this piece, and to date, I don't think that it can be beaten, really. It'd be interesting to see. Number 12 will surprise a lot of people, including myself. This Two-Face from the Arkham games is amazing. Not only is it the only Two-Face in 1/3 scale, but the detail on this is so good. And it blows my mind this goes for so cheap in the aftermarket, even in the older days. Red Death from the Dark Knight Metal line is the next one. This is one of the best. There's a few higher in the countdown, but this statue looks absolutely amazing, and it's one of those that you truly need to see in person to appreciate it. But I am a huge fan of this. Plus, I really like this part of the storyline. Now we're down to the top 10. 10 is Scarecrow, just like that Two-Face, kind of a dark horse, if you will. If you've ever seen this in person, you know that the detail on the statue is impeccable. It looks menacing. It looks evil. A quintessential Batman villain to boot. So very impressed. Number 9 shocked me. Shocked me because I actually plan on selling this, but the more I looked at it, the more I like it. I'm going to have a hard time selling this. It's on my for sales list for the later this year, but I don't know if I want to sell it anymore because I think it's absolutely great in person. 8 is the Poison Ivy. Now, they recently released this with a different skin variant. I like this original one, and the base itself is amazing, plus Poison Ivy. Puts it over the top. This next one, I have a picture from the collection because the thumbnail sucked, but is the Bermejo Joker from Batman Damned. This, in my opinion, was the best Joker for the longest time, and I still think it's absolutely amazing. But as you're going to see with number 6 coming up here, I think it was finally edged out with this Joker on throne. Now, this is newer. I just got this in the last week that I'm filming this, but I think this is going to be really hard to beat, especially when it pairs with that Punchline statue. That is almost the ultimate Joker statue, if you can get past the fact he lost Harley Quinn. Now, this next one, a lot of people aren't going to argue. This is touted as a grail, and I remember it was relatively cheap at the time, only $1,300, but this Doomsday, my biggest 1/3 scale statue in the DC collection, absolutely amazing, not just due to the size, but everything about it. The only problem with number 4 is how to display it, because there's no good way to display it, but the Joker Dragon is amazing, the Armored Batman is absolutely amazing, and I love this Dark Knight Metal piece so much. If I was to keep one, it would probably be this one, even though there is one up on the countdown. Number 3 is an older one as well, Mr. Freeze. I remember when I reviewed this, I said this might be the best licensed statue I've ever seen. When you combine the base and Mr. Freeze, the size is a little wonky, which hurts the displayability, but other than that, there's so much finite detail, and the cool concept of this definitely earned number 3. Number 2 is Prime One Studios' Hush Superman, the best Superman ever made. This still blows my mind, even when I look at it 4 to 5 years after it was released. Huge fan of this on every single level, but it doesn't top number 1, the Batman Who Laughs from Prime One Studio. I thought this was going to be a hard decision, but as I stared at all the 1/3 scale statues, it was a no-brainer. This is such a good statue, and it's such a cool villain in the DC storylines. As we try to grow this channel, we like to reward you guys for watching and subscribing. So because of that, every 5,000 milestone when it comes to subscribers, we give away a couple $1,000s worth of statues. We've actually given away over 20 statues. To win one was easy. First, you got to be subscribed to the channel. You'll get bell notifications when videos drop. Each video that drops, you want to make a comment on those videos. We pick a random video, we give away statues based on a comment. You can say whatever you want. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Thanks for tuning in, a video where I didn't even need to show my face. But hey, throw down in the comments below what your top pieces would be, whether they're ones I showed or other ones. They have to be released, they have to be out, so throw that down in the comments. It could win you a statue. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.